You've been a student for most of your life. You've completed elementary, middle school, high school, and then college. Let's not forget masters and PhDs for some of you. So graduating from university should feel like a huge milestone and weight off the shoulders. Rejoice because finally all this stress and schooling is done. However, instead of celebrating your achievements, you feel lost, unmotivated, and hopeless. Welcome to the post-grad blues. According to a Washington Post article, post-grad blues or depression is commonly used to describe extreme sadness and impaired functioning that recent grads report after they leave behind the world they created in college. Post-grad blues is understudied and underreported in the young adult population. This is because graduation is societally perceived as a jolly period in life, which makes it shameful to feel anything but during the much anticipated college convocation.
You know, when I graduated university, I thought all the stress would stop. But no, it got worse.
Yeah, we're out in the real world, but with more debt and more problems. Let's pile that on today's PGBs, the post-grad blues.
So here are some reasons why the PGBs can get the best of you.
When you've been a student for most of your life, who are you once you graduate? You're no longer a sleep-deprived student slurping day-old dregs of coffee trying to submit a zoology paper in on time. This is the first time you're out in the real world without an identity to give you a framework to interact with the world. As a college student, you feel like you're part of this exclusive club where you're in the prime of your life and you have all of this enthusiasm and energy to take risks. Most of us have been socialized by movie and TVs that life does not get better than college. So when college is done, we feel like, well, that's our life over.
In university, you've had a familiar timetable of lectures, events, clubs, and study groups. But now that you finish, you've traded it in for adulthood and the unknown. So after years of structure, you may now feel like you've lost your sense of direction and time, continually asking yourself, what now? As a recent graduate, I continue to struggle with this, not knowing where exactly the future lies for me. So I went from feeling relieved that I no longer had to study for exams to immediately being thrown into a pit of pressures and regrets. So even now, I have a hard time maintaining a routine or keeping myself busy and staying productive.
College is a great place where you meet so many new and unique people. You can get involved in student clubs, in events and parties. People make their lifelong friends in college. But then you graduate and all of your friends move away and you no longer have that strong-knit community you did on campus. I'm an introvert, so I can only handle so many people at a time, but it did feel isolating when I was no longer on campus and I didn't get to see, all of the different people just milling about. I miss being on campus because you get to see everyone and you feel like you're sharing this whole life experience together. It does get harder to make friends once you're out of college, but it happened so easily because everyone was always there and everyone was open to meeting different people.
Society expects young people to go to university or college and land their dream jobs right away. So we work our butts off trying to be successful and realizing that our efforts don't stop once we graduate. It's expected of us to carry out the roles and responsibilities of an adult, such as supporting ourselves financially and paying off our debts. When I graduated, I realized that I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was scared to feel this way, and as a result, I automatically started regretting the decisions I made in university, despite still feeling lost then. I went through a downward spiral where I was continually underestimating myself and my abilities and feeling ashamed that I didn't have things figured out. I couldn't enjoy doing anything else besides looking for jobs because I felt like anything that I did that wasn't getting me money wasn't worth spending time on.
One huge thing that the PGBs can push you in the direction of prematurely is going back to school. It makes sense. You just finished school, the real world sucks. It's hard to find a job, people suck. You may feel like the only option is to go back to school and hide for a couple more years so you can stop feeling this way. For people who want to go back to school to achieve whatever they want to do with their lives, then absolutely go ahead and do it.
But for those who are going back only because they don't know what else to do in their life, you might need some time to reflect because that isn't really a good enough reason. Don't hide at school because it's expensive and you're not going to become more comfortable out in the real world without leaving university first. You've proven that you have the skills, resources, and abilities to continue living and survive, so let's try to apply those skills outside of university. The post-grad blues are normal. You just attained a major milestone in your life. You had the privilege and fortune to attain higher education and you came out of the end of the tunnel. Be kind to yourself and acknowledge all of the hard work that you did to get here.
So how do you get rid of the PGBs? Well, we'll share some of the things that has helped us.
Shake off the blues. Take some time to reflect, go for a walk or a journal. Just do something so that you can feel like you're reflecting on your experience and you're acknowledging all of the feelings that you're going through. I remember when during convocation, it just felt so anticlimactic and hollow. So taking that time to sort of acknowledge those feelings and understand that, I just achieved such a massive milestone and I'd have to move on to this new stage in my life. And, that takes time.
Construct your new identity. I hate the term find yourself because frankly you were never lost. But since you're no longer a student, you can actually do things. So start a garden, learn how to code, create a YouTube channel, read as many books as you'd like. Just remember that what you do does not have to bolster your resume or put yourself ahead of the competition. Just take some time to relax and enjoy your life.
Find new communities. So this one does require putting yourself out there. It does become harder to make friends once you're out of university because you're no longer surrounded by people your age and in your classes and out and about in campus. So, take that initiative and join a book club or a wine night or whatever it is that you want to do, and you'll be in company with like-minded people. But it does require effort and out, unfortunately.
Add structure to your life. Since school deadlines are no longer a fixture in your life, you can start adding your own foundations. So for example, I wake up every day at 9 a.m. and eat my breakfast and then start job hunting like it was my job until the end of the day. After my job hunt, then I would just take some time to relax, maybe put on a movie or watch something with my family, knowing that I did what I had to do that day. And you won't feel guilty about it. Set goals for yourself, such as taking an online class, learning a new language, or starting a passion project. Reach out. Talk to your friends and peers about what you're going through because they're most likely going through the same thing but aren't talking about it. Also, you can reach out to your universities for free help with resumes, networking events, or just advice on how to tackle life outside university.
Be aware of social media. Perhaps your friends have already bought a house or landed their dream jobs and they seem like they're miles ahead in the game of life. Remember that social media only portrays the highlight reels of everyone's life and you don't actually know what's really going on. Everyone has different challenges, privileges, and circumstances that they have to navigate in their lives. Just because you have an early start to life doesn't mean that everything else will unfold well. It's very easy to feel like you're late to the game, but really life is so long, right? And this is the first time that we're actually out in the real world living. So just focus on your life and living it how you want.
Get uncomfortable. You probably won't land your dream job right away, but that's okay. So get uncomfortable and try other things in the meantime. Being uncomfortable will help you learn new skills, grow as a person, and maybe possibly even give you a different perspective on life. So remember that there's no one correct path to success.
With all of that being said, we acknowledge that this is a scary time for you. We don't know you, but we are proud of you.
Grab life by the reins now and achieve what you want to in this wild and crazy life. It's okay that you don't know what's next, because truthfully, most of us don't, and we're all just pretending.
Yes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please comment, like, and subscribe.
So go out, flourish, and do your best.
And stay safe and take care of each other.
Relax.
Bye.